slower growth. With us now, CNN anchor and business correspondent Zain Asher. So, what do we see?
Down 500 points. And what's interesting is that there are a couple of things weighing on the Dow specifically. And the first of which is actually, for the first time, John, not actually tariff related. We actually got dismal earnings from United Health. And because it's a really expensive stock and the Dow is a price weighted index, it is weighing heavily on the Dow. The other factor is, of course, Jerome Powell's comments. He did not offer markets any reassurance yesterday. I want to play our audience some of what Jerome Powell had to say, and then we can discuss it on the back.
The level of tariff increases announced so far is significantly larger than anticipated, and the same is likely to be true of the economic effects, which will include higher inflation and slower growth.
So here's why that was important. That was the first time we heard from Jerome Powell since these April 2nd tariffs were announced. And one of the things I thought was really interesting is, of course, yes, he laid out how dismal things could get if these tariffs go into effect. The economy is, of course, going to suffer. But he also touched on the fact that when you're dealing with economic slowdowns and also at the same time price hikes, it is really difficult to navigate that. Of course, if you have an economic slowdown, it makes sense to cut interest rates. If you're dealing with inflation, John, the last thing you're going to want to do is cut interest rates. That is what makes stagflation such a potential problem, because there is no monetary policy tool to effectively deal with both. I was speaking with one analyst yesterday who said another concern for the markets is this idea of the Fed put, the Powell put. And in plain English, that essentially means that he made it clear that he's not going to intervene if the markets go crazy. If the markets go nuts and there's a lot of volatility, he is not going to intervene the way he did during the pandemic. And of course, finally, one of the key things that he touched on is the importance of the Fed's independence. And then just, of course, a day later, the irony to have Donald Trump coming out swinging and essentially trying to bully Jerome Powell into making more rate cuts this year. Obviously, he's not going to do that. The independence of the Fed, John, is codified into law in this country.
As if